Hello, LA. I'm Ed Ryan, and I'm running for mayor of LA in 2022. And I'm running for mayor of LA because of the horrible, corrupt politicians that have been getting elected and screwing over the people of LA tremendously. This crew, Garcetti included, is horribly corrupt and greedy, and are destroying the lives of many people. Also, they should be building massive amounts of affordable housing right now. City government of LA could be involved in that project. They could start a public bank and help finance people and bridge loans for leases and whatnot. These things could be getting done, and they're not because the greedy politicians are under the thumbs of the LAPD, and the LAPD takes their marching orders from a real slimy oligarch class of maggot billionaires who really don't care about the people. My friends, we need to take the power and to do it right so that finally LA will be in the hands of the people and they can do what it takes to have the system they want. Right now, we only have a city council that is 15 people. It's not representative democracy. In New York and Chicago, they have huge councils. New York, 51 seats, and Chicago is 40. That allows people from all over the city to come together and to do what's necessary to end corruption and to go down the roads that they choose to go down. Right now, we don't have that ability. The 15 people in charge don't in the council, they don't do any oversight of the LAPD at all. And that's why the LAPD wants to keep those people in play. When I tried to organize charter reform in 2015, I was beset upon by this weird crew of vigilantes. And once I went around saying, hey, I'm getting harassed by vigilantes. I told the police and whatnot, the press. Nobody wanted to hear it. Yeah. It was like, yeah, the LAPD runs a huge swarm of vigilantes, usually to get the homeless out of neighborhoods. They harass them. If the homeless fight back, then they get arrested. No police report ever mentions the vigilante harassment, and that's obstruction of justice, blah, blah, blah. That's horrible. That's what got me involved because they were harassing me that way when I was trying to do charter reform so that we could have a large city council and leaders from all over LA could get together and do the right thing. I thought it was that easy, that it was an oversight, that people haven't voted on that. Little did I know that the LAPD will not allow that to be done. In fact, the 15 city councilors, the mayor, and the LA city attorney, asked them if they want to have a charter reform in a 40-seat city council. They'll say no. You know why? Because they don't want to have good people come from all over LA and do the right thing, have good government, not be corrupted by the police, do spend money on making schools better, build the housing that's necessary, get people off the skid row to do so much. I'm tired of the oligarch lies that there's not enough money, it's too expensive to do this, that, or the other thing. You know what? America is a great, very wealthy country. And the value of our money is determined by the ability of us to produce valuable gross national products. And we can do that. We will never be in a situation where we can't afford to do what we need to do. But we are in situations where we can't do what we need to do because of the people being put in office. Only 6% of the voters put Garcetti in office originally. I mean, 6% voted. 4% are the ones who put him in office. 4%. I'm talking about getting at least 20% of the LA voters out to the polls in 2022, and there will be a landslide to change things. When I get in office, first things first, we are going to do charter reform and get a 40-seat city council, and then good people from all over the city are going to come down and govern, and they're going to do it right. They're going to reform the LAPD into a modern policing system that's going to be the envy of the world. We are going to establish the boundaries of what modern policing is about. There's so many opportunities. We're going to take the school system and we're going to transform it into a world-class system. Why? Because our kids are going there. We're not going to send them to garbage schools that these cheap oligarchs want us to send it to. We're going to build world-class university and have access to that given to our kids who go to school. We are going to make life decent and good here in LA, and we can do that. I only want one term. I want to be elected so I can take the power. That was my original phrase. Shine it up, clean it up a little bit, fire all the corruption, and get things in motion, do the charter reform, and then give it to the young people in LA so that they can have the tool or the power to go forward and have good lives. It has to be done. I have a daughter in LA, and I don't want her to be a system that's so corrupt and dirty that they allow 60,000 people to live on the street in utter squalor, dying because they don't want to build the necessary housing to take care of them. That's wrong. In fact, building the housing is going to help the economy in many, many ways. These oligarchs do not want to part with a dime. It's bad. It's bad. Oligarchs from Silicon Valley creating police state tools like Palantir, predictive policing, which basically are racist apparatuses geared towards busting, people of color, blacks, who the LAPD spies on with drones, and they feed them to the prison industry, massive incarceration thing that needs to be taken apart. It's horrible. It's horrible. We need to stop it. We need to step up, and we need to do it. I am a person who's 100% able to do that. To do that, I'm well educated, lots of experience in politics. I moved to LA in 2013 from Massachusetts. Yes, I did used to be an addict. I cleaned up when in 2011 and 12, and then came out here to write and to maybe do some, help for the homeless. I knew there was a lot of homeless and all that. And little did I know that the homeless were getting, set upon by vigilantes. I was told that, and then it happened to me. This is horrible. We are going to stop that. The complaint, the Crimebuster vigilante complaint of 2 years ago, it's out there. It was sent to the Attorney General here, and was there. And that man refuses to investigate this very important complaint. 80 pages showing that, yeah, the LAPD does use vigilantes to do, stalking, harassment, and whatnot. And I'm saying, yeah, investigate, because this vigilante thing is not just up there in the West Valley. It is all over LA. I know that. I've been all over LA. This is why they don't want to investigate. Because when they investigate, they're going to see that there's a ton of tainted cases. People being arrested with police reports fabricated because they didn't mention the vigilante harassment. That's bad. It's going to lead to settlements, whatnot. No, they don't want that. They don't want to lose control. And the vigilantes can do that. There needs to be a full investigation. We cannot have a society where you have vigilantes running around doing the dirty work for the police and then stuffing people in jail. Since 2016, 17, I've been in jail 8 times. 8 times. In March of 2019, when I got released after doing 4 months, I went to the airport, flew out of there, came back to Massachusetts so I could do the proper research and whatnot to get the message out. Because I was getting hacked too. It was horrible. They were stuffing me in jail and hacking me to make sure that I couldn't get the message out. I tried to run for mayor in 2016. I got my nomination papers from the election office, and I was swarmed on by these really weird vigilantes as I tried to get signatures out at the mall on Pinsaw, and they stole my papers. That happened to me twice. And then within a couple of months, I was swarmed upon one night by these LAPD vigilantes, and I would fight back. I'm not going to sit there and let these monsters harass me, terrorize me, hurt me, because they're violent too. I will fight back. And, a car got dented, and bam, they put me down for vandalism. I get in a subway, and people are snapping pictures of my face up close, and that's what vigilantes do. I take a phone out of somebody's hand and say, "Don't harass me." And I put the phone back in the hand, and bam, I'm arrested for robbery. 6 months waiting for the day of trial. And then I'm forced to plead to some stupid charge just to get out of jail. I don't care. I just want to get out because I know in the end it's going to be something like this where I'm talking to people about LA and telling them, look, I am going to run for mayor. I'm going to tell you the whole story. And you are going to know that I'm the man who can do the job and do it right and that I want to do the job. Please help me. Please understand this. I have the ability to do what it takes to straighten things out. I have a good legal mind and I have good street cred from the addiction thing and, doing what I did a few years ago and being in jail. See, I can handle both ends. This is what LA needs right now. I'm a good guy. Honest as the day is long. 3 kids, got divorced, went to UMass Amherst, graduated law school in 85 down in California Western School of Law, blah, blah, blah. I actually wrote a speech for Jerry Brown at one point. My friends, I have good experience. I come from a political family, Most of my brothers and sisters are very deeply involved out here in Massachusetts politics. And, I'm just saying this. I am the guy who can do the job. You don't want to elect somebody like the LA city attorney, what's his name, Feuer or whatever. That man is a total wasted, corrupt jerk. He takes money from developers so they do not have to build affordable housing units according to how many they destroyed in their project. He lets them off the hook. He does it in all these creative ways. He thinks he's slick. This guy Caruso goes to court and says, "Oh, look, my project, it should be exempt from having to rebuild these affordable housing units." And you know what Pure does? He does nothing. He lays down, throws the case, and of course, the billionaire over there gets what he wants. Garcetti, in the meantime, because Garcetti, they're working like a team, Garcetti gets hundreds of thousands dumped into his behest fund. I'm not sure what the city attorney's behest fund is, but he's getting money too. It is a horrible, horrible show, and it needs to stop. And it needs to stop because the health and welfare of our children are on the line. It's getting personal. It is. When these maggots make sure that we can't have a decent life because there's no affordable housing in our schools stink and there's COVID everywhere because they're so greedy they can't do things right, well, then it's time to do steps necessary to change things. My friends, I'm coming back to LA soon. I've been in and out of there. But because of they have an arrest warrant for me right now. They want to arrest me again, put me on again for a violation of probation on one of these vandalism charges. Really? Yeah. I'm going to go back and get arrested, right? No, I'm going to wait and, bide my time and get out there about 8 months, a year before the election, and I'm going to campaign hard. In the meantime, I'm going to be doing this. I'm staying safe. In Massachusetts, I engage in, activities to, defeat racism. My writings are out there. Google LAPD Crimebuster Vigilante. Google changing the name of Turner's Falls, Massachusetts, to the town of Floyd's honor. That was me. Yeah, trying to change the name of a town out here so to honor George Floyd. Made the headlines recently. My point is this, this is what I'm about. I hate haters. I hate haters. And I understand the system tremendously. I do. Yeah, I ran into some problems and basically was thrusted out of the system, so here I am. And I'm saying this, the people of LA are lucky, but here I am to do what's necessary to make it good for them out there. Thanks for hearing me out, my friends. I'm Ed Ryan, and I'm running for mayor of LA in 2022.